everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. We are on June 7th. This is actually my second non-Zoom show in a row. I have two awesome guests tonight. They're both actors from the Worcester area. Megan and Jake, Megan Hay and Jake Squires. They got a little demo reel we're going to watch. You guys may remember Adam Morey from a few years ago. This is a film that's his baby. But before I get them, got a few underwriters to read, and then we will commence per usual. So, we got good old Dave's Automotive in Hanson, right up the road on Route 58. We got Pembroke Radiator in Pembroke. We got Rodney's Kitchen in Halifax. We got Carver Jewelers, Ronald R. and Lily Delano Goldsmiths right here in the building in Carver. We got Bulldog Sports Cards in Middleborough. We got the Gunrunner LLC in Middleborough, the Second Amendment Freedom Store. We got New England Floorscapes in Middleborough. We got Bryant's Auto and Tire Service in Middleborough, and great to have them back. We got the Hanover House of Pizza in Hanover. They make great pizza, great Sicilian pizza, Greek salads, and they deliver. We got Genuine's Inspection in Middleborough. We got the Barber Shop in Whitman on Route 27 going south from the center. Debbie does a great job. We got Crazy Axes Rec Center in Hanover, and we got DNS Auto Works and Collision Specialists in Abington. I want to thank you guys very much. And now officially, I'll introduce Megan and Jake. Thanks for coming in, guys. This is going to be a great interview. It always is, as we said. So, Megan, let's start with you. You're the one I set the interview up with.
Yeah.
I profile everybody I interview, and then we'll talk about the film and and work our way toward the future and see what that holds. So tell me about yourself. Where did you grow up, and how'd you get into acting and whatnot?
So I grew up most of my life here in Massachusetts.
Well, I know that, but like whereabouts? Western Mass?
Princeton.
Oh, great town.
Yeah.
Where the mountain is and the ski lodge.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So I did acting in high school. I did theater, musicals and plays.
Okay.
And then I actually was
that
helping-
Princeton High School?
No, they don't. They actually.
I never heard of that, so it must be a different school that has two towns, right?
Yeah. So I went to Wachusett High School.
Wachusett, good.
Yeah, that one.
Yep,
That's
got
the
it.
one.
Okay. Everything in Princeton's Wachusett.
Yeah.
I know. Okay. Got it. Okay. So you did acting in high school, and that's great. Just curious, what kind of roles did you have? Did you have like just any plays that we all know and love?
All in the Timing was one. Hello, Dolly was a musical. I did Shrek the Musical at Hanover Theater.
Oh, yeah. My mother used to listen to that regularly in the house, so I know Hello, Dolly. All right.
Yeah, they're great musicals. So.
It is. Were you Dolly?
No, sadly not.
Okay.
But just a bunch of musicals like that.
Okay.
It was really fun.
Speaking of musicals, do you sing as well? Do you play an instrument?
I do. So I sing. I have a vocal coach. So I'm trained classically, so I could sing opera.
Oh, you're doing it right now?
Not right now, but I did throughout high school.
Okay.
So Italian, French.
Okay.
I can sing.
All right, Jake, let's talk about you. Are you from the same area?
I'm from Worcester.
You're from Worcester, okay.
Yeah.
I've actually had plenty of guests from Worcester. You wouldn't happen to know Jade Anderson, do you?
I do not know.
You know? Oh, it's a big city. Okay, yeah, she was a guest on my show at the Eastern location last year, and she knows a lot of, Tanner, the rap guy?
I believe so.
Yeah, okay, he's pretty big in Worcester. He got me an interview with her, so I figured maybe. All right, now tell me, are you an actor too?
Yeah.
Like lifestyle and everything?
So I went to Worcester Technical High School.
Okay.
Grew up in Worcester. I've always been like a fan of films ever since I was a little kid. I actually wanted to be a filmmaker.
Okay.
But I kind of like fell off the wagon, so to speak, and I got myself into acting probably when I was 19, 20 years old.
Okay.
And
neither of you guys looks like you're past 30 at this time, so you're both in the 20s range, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty. Did you go to college at all?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I just went to an acting conservatory.
Well, what was it? What school?
It was called the Actors Loft. It's in Worcester, Mass.
Okay.
Chris Neville is the
I know that. Yeah, I know who Chris Neville is.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Really good
I'd
dude.
like to get him on the show. He's got connections. I know the people. He's had some pretty big people on his. If I'm not mistaken, from his Facebook page, he's worked with some pretty big names around here.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He really is a great
okay.
teacher.
All right. So, Megan, did you go to college, or are you?
I did. Went to Emmanuel College in Boston.
Boston. I had a guest there last year. I had to pick her up and brought her to the Wareham location in a pissing rainstorm
Yeah.
on November 30th.
Wow.
But it was worth it. She was a great guest. Did you graduate recently?
I graduated in 2022, but I'm in my master's right now.
Oh, you're still there. The girl's name is Nicole Lupo. I don't know if you know her. Nicole?
Not off the top of my
No,
head.
probably not. They live in Dedham. Okay. All right. So how did you two meet up to do this film? With just through Adam?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right. So have either of you, prior to meeting Adam, did either of you do any film acting, like at your school or for anyone else?
You wanna go first?
Not film. No,
Not film. So this
No.
is so Adam was he sort of like broke in the film industry.
He did.
Before that, you never really did film.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Now I got now that I think of it though, I'm thinking to your Facebook page. You like to you make yourself up a lot.
Cosplay. Yeah.
Costume. So what's up with that? Tell me about that.
So I got into cosplay when I was a senior in high school.
What's
too.
cosplay?
Cosplay is you go to Comic Cons, you dress up as the
Oh, okay.
character.
Yeah.
So I was doing acting, so I thought it's pretty much the same thing. So
Okay.
why not just try it. And I've been doing it ever since. I really love it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. I mean that's pretty snazzy what you do.
Yeah.
So you go to the Comic Con. Now I know that some pretty big people hang out at those conventions. Have you met anybody like that down?
I have. I've met a couple of celebrities. I met the voice of Squidward.
You met who?
The voice of Squidward from SpongeBob.
Okay, that's okay. It's animated.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I met another person. He played the villain in Terminator 2, the T-1000.
Is that animated also?
No, it's
Robert
live action.
Patrick.
Robert Patrick.
Okay.
I loved him. He was super sweet.
I actually met him too at Rock and Shock when I was like.
Oh, you did?
When I was like maybe 12 years old.
Oh my god. Yeah. And then I've also met the guy who played Yondu on
You undo?
Guardians of the Galaxy. What's his name?
I actually don't watch Marvel movies. I believe it or not, I don't.
I'm glad I brought it up.
Yeah, I'm not really like I'm not really like a superhero kind of guy. Like that's all that's like plaguing the media now. It's like Marvel movies, DC movies, all that. I never really like.
I don't like them either. I used to. I love Batman as a kid.
Well, here's the thing.
Because I
it's
watched
like,
it with my parents.
when I was growing up in the 2000s, like they had like Daredevil with Ben Affleck. They had the Hulk movie with Eric Bana.
Right.
But they really weren't all over the place with it. I mean, they had Blade with Wesley Snipes and all that. But
Right.
now it's just like littered. That's all you see is like Marvel this, Marvel that, and it's just kind of like it's annoying.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, like I like actual movies, not like theme park rides. So
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, you want it to be.
Right.
You want it to be good conflict, and maybe the bad guy wins every now and then.
Right.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know.
Okay. Okay. Speaking of that, now you said you wanted to be a filmmaker. Did you ever do any filmmaking at all? I mean, did you dabble in it at all?
no, but when I was a kid, I used to write my own like screenplays.
Well, talk about those.
I'd rather not.
Okay.
No, it's just, when I was a little kid, I was really big into like, kind of like cheesy, like horror films
Okay.
and all that stuff, like, the 60s, 70s, 80s kind of era, and I would just be like watching all of them, and I would kind of like copy like their ideas and like kind of make them into like my own version.
I know what you're saying. These were your inspirations.
And like when I was a kid, I used to annoy my friends with like a camera, like a little camcorder. I'd chase them around and just like film them and put them on like YouTube. Like
Well, there you go.
the 2000s.
Well, obviously, if you were a kid, and if you know how to do YouTube, you already had some
Well,
knowledge.
this was YouTube in like 2008, 9. It's been a while since I've uploaded.
Yeah, but you were a kid then, right?
I was a little kid.
And
Yeah.
you still know how to do YouTube.
Kind
I
of.
still don't. I'm 63 and a half, and I still don't know how to do YouTube. I couldn't do without people doing YouTube for me. I couldn't have a show. But I know. I mean, I tried it once, and I ended up almost getting sued because I had someone else's work on it by accident. I didn't want it on there, but somehow it ended up. So I don't even bother. I have other people do it for me.
Yeah,
But that's pretty good being able to do that at at a young age.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun.
But you like writing stuff, right?
I do, yeah. I dabble in writing from time to time, but it's for my own personal use.
Okay, but not for. And what about you, Megan? Do you write?
No.
Never?
No, not
Really?
really.
Because I always try to give advice to guests that could help them out. You might want to try writing something, be creative in as many ways as you can, because it could come back to help you in the future. Sometime you might have an idea someone who's done acting, you might want to incorporate the writing end of it and maybe create something, maybe create a pseudonym for yourself, and then work it into and bring. I'm sure you have a lot of friends that write and stuff. You could probably brainstorm with them and become even more productive in acting than you already are, and you'd be amazed how creative you could be if you gave it a try. I suggest that to everybody. I suggest everybody at some point take a creative writing course, even if you don't like it, because you'd be amazed you'd be very entertained with some of the stuff people can write. I took several. I took one in 1989 in Bridgewater at the college. The guy that taught my course published my book of short stories 10 years later that I wrote, that it took me the 90s to do. So, and then in 1990 I went up to Vermont and did a workshop up there. I'm just saying that you could derive a lot of inspiration for future projects by writing stuff, and it opens up a lot of new doors. So I would suggest it. But now, Megan, you're an attractive girl. You do modeling at all, or have you ever?
No, only for cosplay when I'm in costume. I've never.
Oh,
done-
okay, just that.
Yeah,
Well, that's something else you might want to look into. You never thought of trying it?
I thought about it, but I just
Never tried.
Don't.
Do you know? Are either of you associated with Boston Casting?
no.
Well, that's another thing. If you've got, I mean, Adam is awesome. He's very talented with his stuff. But if you went and filled out an application, if you sent a resume or something or a headshot, both of you to Boston Casting, get on their email list. You'd be amazed at the possibilities that they might be able to set you up with more stuff to do. I got a gig at the studio audience of that game talk show, Deal or No Deal, with Howie Mandel.
Yeah.
They paid me $100 to go down there one day and just to be in the studio audience, and I was on TV for about 5 minutes.
That's cool.
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's why you should do it, because you never know. There might be roles for you out there. I mean, obviously you're bustling people for what in the acting world. And my hunch is you'd like to get more, not less, right?
Right.
Yeah, well, that's the way to do it. And modeling too, because modeling, I mean, the roles are kind of like intertwined. If you model, if you do well at that, and you're a good-looking guy. I'm saying objectively. I don't know.
Thank you.
You might. I mean, I'm saying you might be you might try modeling too. There's plenty of male models out there.
I'm more into just the filmmaking, acting kind of.
I understand. What I'm saying is, though, if you have a look that appeals to people in film from doing other things that get you out there, then other people are going to be able to, and with the contact info. I'm just saying that these are ways to open doors for you. You want to open you want to open doors, and you want to open them wide.
It makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen. You do what you want. I'm trying to help us all.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's great. So tell me about Tinder again. Now, I know
Kinder.
Kinder.
Oh, Kinder with children, right?
Not-
Got it. Okay. All right, no problem. Sorry, Adam, if you're watching.
Kinder.
Okay.
So, Kinder, I play Michael Simcoe. He's basically like this guy who has been through like some like trouble in his life. And
Okay.
He went to prison and he just got out. And
Okay.
he makes some plans with Paul, his friend, played by I forgot his name. His name's Sean. He's a good dude.
Okay.
And we basically like go out and like go out for like this field trip kind of thing.
Okay.
And just kind
I
of.
know it's an outdoorsy, sorry.
Outdoors, just going in the woods, just
Yep.
kind of like have a couple beers, smoke a couple joints, and just kind of chill. But things don't go to plan, and
Okay.
we end up getting wrapped up in like some kind of cult.
Okay.
And it's really interesting stuff.
And Megan, what are you playing in? And as soon as you do a little synopsis, and then we're going to watch a clip from it, because my tech guy Chris indicated we're halfway through the show, and like I promised, we will. But just give us a little synopsis of your role in Kinder.
So I play Sophia. She's
Okay.
law enforcement, a detective, and she's an old flame of his character.
Okay.
And they reconnect, and she knows he's getting involved into something, and she's trying to pick up the pieces and figure out what's going on exactly.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we're going to watch a little clip, and we'll be right back and talk about it.
I want to find out what the hell happened to my father, okay? Are you in or are you out?
She's loose again.
What?
She ran into me down the street. Shut it down. Yes, shut it down. Now.
I saw a little girl, I saw a church, I saw Sophia.
Get everything ready. The ritual's about to begin.
You're not going to hurt them, are you?
It's gonna play out exactly how it's supposed to play out, buddy.
And remember, gentlemen, eye to eye.
Salem shall rise again.
Oh, that was great. So just tell us what we just watched. Just what you said, right? A few minutes
yeah.
ago. Okay, all right. That works for me. All right. I love the name Sophie. That's a model sounding name right there.
Yeah.
It is.
It could be
Okay.
your pseudonym.
Yeah, my alias.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. Let's talk about some of the other projects you guys have done, though. I mean, I'm sure you have others, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Adam will understand that if, we want to, like, I profiled him when he did the show, and I profiled the girls, Emily and Olivia. So, all right. Well, again, Megan, talk about some of the other film projects you've done since high school and since Wachusett.
I haven't really done many film projects. I've helped Adam with his other projects.
Okay.
As like tech or background help.
Okay.
There was one that I was acting in, and they decided to scrap it.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
not. That must have been annoying. I hope you didn't spend too much time if it got wasted.
No, I look at it as a good
Oh,
experience.
of course it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hickory Drive, right?
Yeah, Hickory Drive was the name.
I think I've heard of that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. See, this is why I always suggest you guys do some writing, because then it's your decision whether to scrap or sap the project. You know what I mean?
Well, the Hickory Drive project isn't necessarily scrapped. It's kind of just like in developmental
the
hell.
Oh,
Put on
okay,
the
I-
back right now.
they have to-
Adam, who is the brainchild behind Kinder, is still planning on making Hickory Drive. He just wants to get this project.
Well, I understand. He wants to get this out of the way. He wants to do it in chronological order for himself.
Yeah.
Or
Speaking of which, he really hasn't been doing too good. A couple of his family is going through a tough time right now, so I just want to send some prayers.
Oh, I'm
his
so
way.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, especially
gee.
because he's been very good to us, and and you just don't want to see him suffer.
Oh, I understand. Yeah. Well, yeah, Adam. Okay, definitely. Tell me about Peyton. How's she doing? She's the girl that she was in Kinder, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's she doing now? I mean, I know I've always wanted to get her on the show, and I thought we were gonna, but it never happened. But I'm assuming at this point she had a really good acting career and it's taken off. Yeah.
Well, Peyton, from what I know, is actually the one who's had the most acting experience.
Exactly.
But to be honest with you, I really didn't have too many interactions with Peyton offset. She was very nice. Her family.
I don't mean
very
offset.
nice.
I'm not talking offset. I mean, do you know what she's done? Like,
No, I
Okay.
don't. But yeah, I mean, everybody always got along on set.
Oh, I'm sure they
Or
did.
anything like that. So,
so whereabouts? Where in the woods did they shoot Kinder mostly? Like Western Mass?
like
Princeton.
Right around your. So you didn't have to travel too far.
No.
You still live there, right around that area? Oh, good. Okay.
Princeton, Holden, those areas.
Spencer.
Not really.
Not
Spencer,
that's
no,
too far
not
north. I know. That's
Spencer,
really
yeah,
in the
no.
sticks.
We usually stuck like in Princeton.
I actually did an in-house interview in there once years ago. I used to bring Talk with Time on the road to people's homes, and boy, I drove out there in a snowstorm, the end in winter of 2013. Unbelievable, but it was worth it. The way I interviewed was incredible. Okay, all right. Well, so now going forward, what does the future look like for both of you in terms of acting and whatever else?
I hope to get as many opportunities as possible.
Okay, that's
love
why I said
acting.
Boston Casting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if there's anyone out there who wants a model, let me know.
Yeah.
Get my contact information.
There you go. We'll make sure they get it. I'll be happy to vouch for you. I'll be your agent if you want.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There you go.
It'll be fun.
Networking, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we do. That's what I'm saying. Every network, it's all about networking.
Yeah.
So have either of you ever had any? Is this your first TV appearance?
Not
Good.
really.
We'll talk about what you've done so far.
So I actually did something with Springfield Mass Media.
Okay.
With Adam. It was
Okay.
an interview about Kinder. It was shortly before the project took off.
Okay.
We were basically just kind of like getting a feel for
Was it within the last couple of years?
2020.
Because I was thinking, how'd you work it around COVID? Was it after COVID?
I believe this was possibly during.
During COVID, you still managed to go to the studio and do a show there with your masks on and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh man, that was awful. That was a nightmare. Oh, okay, but you came through it okay.
Right.
Yeah, wow. All right, so what about you, Megan? TV at all for any of you, for review? For you, I mean? I
haven't been on TV.
This is your
for
first
either.
TV appearance. What an honor. Yeah.
I'm a baby, so it's great to be here.
Yeah, baby. We're all babies, in the long scheme of time, we're all babies after all.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. Okay. Now, have either of you traveled outside of New England to do anything so far?
No. Most of the time I've been in the New England area, like Massachusetts,
Right.
Connecticut. But that's pretty much it.
Okay. Are you planning on possibly venturing out somewhere else at some point, or Probably not at the
Possibly.
moment, but it may be in the future.
In the future, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You know, but as of right now, I gotta kind of stay. I gotta live within my means, and I gotta stay
Oh, I understand.
in New England. You
Have
know.
either of you ever done a TV commercial?
No,
No.
Oh, they're fun. I did one last year. I got to do one. It was great.
you did.
I'll
What
show it
was
to you when we're done. I'll show it to you when we're done. It's pretty funny. I think that's why I wish I could do more, because the guy that got this other guy named Adam who works at Channel 12 in Providence. He got me a gig, and then he also got my show profiled by these podcasters in New York. So I got like 11,000 new followers and counting because of that. He's a big fan of the show, and he was actually on my 12th anniversary last year on August 18th, because this is going to be my 13th year coming up on August 18th. I began on August 18th, 2010.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. I had no strategy except to see if I could talk for an hour by myself with no guests and hope to get people to call in, because we were going live at the first location all those years ago. But it's better now. It's much better. I mean, I had to get on Facebook and reach out to the world before I realized what a good strategy would look like. But that's what life is, and everything you try, you got to try and fail and see what works until you find something that does. But I would definitely, if you guys would both be pretty good in commercials. You might want to look into it. I take a drive up to. I'll even vouch for you. I'll say I have two people that would be great in a commercial. I'll tell Adam Thorough. He's the guy that got me into it. And maybe I don't know if he can do it for you, but that's the great thing about like Providence TV stations. They're small, but they cover a lot of turf in terms of like advertising. Mm-hmm. And then you get your mugs out there in, on TV land as well. Aside from just my show, which is also great, but. I'm just saying, you get thousands of people watching these commercials. My commercial actually came on during the NFL playoffs last year in Providence, and I got a bunch of people calling me and saying that we're in acting. I don't know if you guys know, his name is Gonzalez, but he's a big guy. He's Jose Gonzalez. I don't know if you ever worked with him, because I know a lot of actors that I have worked with and have had on the show. Okay, what about let's see, you haven't written anything. Either of you both look athletic. Do either of you play sports at all? Or did you ever?
I mean, I go to the gym
Okay.
a lot. But when I was younger, when I was in school, I actually haven't played like any school sports. I did Little League for a couple of years.
Oh, I wish I did. I was too fat.
I was actually kind of a pudgy kid.
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. But
I
kids
had
never
to-
let me forget it every day. I was a good hitter though.
I was basically stuck in my room playing video games. My mother's like, "You need to go out and do something."
Oh, I know.
I don't want to, and like I basically played sports against my own will. But I wish now, a few years have passed since I've been out of high school. I wish that I actually played sports, but
Not too late. You're still a young guy.
Yeah. I always, but it's just one
Summer's
of those. Like,
coming. Join a softball team or something.
it's like one of those woulda, coulda, shoulda kind of things.
Yeah, but there's not. Listen, I'll tell you. All right, I'm going to tell you something I got. You just mentioned baseball, right? Little League.
Yeah.
So I play this baseball game in my living room every day that I've been doing for 18 years, and it's part of my exercise ritual. And it's a great game. I invented it myself. I'm very creative. I had a couple of cats. I went down back on May 1st, 1996. I went down to train for a job as a salesperson at the time, and it didn't take. But I did. When I got my first cat, we stopped at this pet store in Johnstown, Rhode Island, and I picked up these toy balls. My cat didn't like them at all, but I had this old ice scraper with the edge broken off, and I invented a baseball game. And then I didn't really invent I didn't invent a really challenging form of it for 9 more years. But on February 9th of 2005, I began the series. It was right after the Patriots had won that Super Bowl in 2005. And ever since then, I've been playing every day, and I have 109 championships to date. So I'm just saying, I have score sheets I have 14 years worth of score sheets in my closet, and I have enough room for about 34 more years worth. Now that's eccentric, but that's me. And people that are creative are eccentric, and oftentimes it's a plus, because for me, people think it's bizarre that I do that, but running around hitting a ball, a cat toy in my living room every day. But it's good exercise, and it's good for the mind too, because it keeps you focused. And so there's nothing wrong with doing something like that. There's no limit to the way you're being creative, as long as you're not hurting anybody. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can come up with.
You didn't hurt your cats, did you?
No, the cats. The balls hit them sometimes, but they were okay. They were soft Nerf balls. But it's interesting you should mention that. My cats are both gone. They crossed the bridge. But in 2020, they upgraded the balls to like soft rubber. Foam rubber used to be just soft sponge Nerf, and it's better now. It's got much more zip on them. And I used to worry that because I got no furniture in my living room, so that's where I play it. And I moved into my house 15 years ago. I knew I needed a living room with those dimensions, and I found it, and I said, I'm moving in here. And it's been a great run ever since. We carpeted the floor like a baseball diamond with green carpet, and it's perfect. So, but yeah, the cats didn't get hurt, and I still enjoy it every day. But I'm saying having pets can sometimes inspire you to come up with stuff like this, if you're so inclined. All right. So, what does the future look like now for both of you in terms of beyond Kinder?
Well, I would like to kind of get back in the saddle, so to speak, with like movies and stuff.
Well,
because
like behind the camera and in front of it as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just anything in general, you know what I mean? Any type of experience. I have been pretty lazy with it. I haven't, done too much. I've just been, working dead-end jobs kind of deal. And now I'm actually more motivated to get back into the
Oh, good.
the
Okay.
thing, just writing I had some ideas of like writing my own stuff.
You should. There you go. Didn't I just say that?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Just getting back kind of like into the screenplay thing again, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Okay, what about you?
I would love to get, like he said, back in the saddle. and
Okay,
hooked in.
sounds like you guys work well together.
We do, yeah.
That's good. Okay, that's probably why you asked if you could come in, and that's great. Well, you two should co-write something and see if you can come up with it.
We were talking about that on the way here. He was
Yeah.
thinking of working together on a project.
Work together on a project. I mean, I'm sure between the two of you both look like you could be really interesting characters in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Possibly villainous, possibly.
I think I'd take the cake for the villainous one.
No, I don't. Yeah, but I don't know. She looks pretty villainous too, potentially. I don't know. I'm not calling anything. I'm just calling like what I see. If I could see both of you kind of being like, kind of like doing things that are, that get people's attention, and like on the IONS network. That's one of those networks that are nothing but violent films 24/7. One of my underwriters has it on every day when I go in there, and it's like that. And it's I don't know. I don't like violence that much on TV, but doesn't mean it couldn't be exciting though if it's done right.
Right.
Yeah, and it's fake anyway.
Right.
Have either of you comically inclined? Ever done I don't suppose you've either done stand up or anything like that. Have you ever done anything comical?
No.
No, I haven't. I'm more of an introvert, but once I get comfortable, I'm very comical.
A few drinks in you, maybe? No.
Maybe, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, guys? We're down to the final 5 minutes. Chris just indicated. I hope you had fun talking to me. You made it easy for me because you both had a lot of interesting things to say. Plus, with that little reel that's going to be on halfway through the show. So what I want you to do in the remaining time is to look at the camera behind me and you start with you, Megan. Give shouts out to people that are going to see the show, and then you, and then we'll wrap it up with my music and snapping the way we began it. So go ahead.
I want to give a shout out to my friends and family, including Adam and everyone who worked on the project and being very supportive. Thank you.
And
Same thing what she said.
okay, I take it you all have the same friends, not family, but close.
Yeah, just like my personal friends, my family. So yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Now the other thing is, if you had fun with me, and you know anyone that's that's been in productions with you that might be interesting guests that I haven't had on yet, give them my digits. And I'll have them on, either by Zoom or in person.
I actually know somebody.
Okay, go. You tell me about her or him. Yes.
So his name is Dave Zargoski. He's a filmmaker out of Western Massachusetts.
Okay.
He just had a film come out. It's kind of like a tribute to like the old cheesy like 1980s slasher films.
Okay. 1980 slashes. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has a company called Mad Z Productions.
Okay.
And
I've seen that. Okay.
Yeah. So I definitely recommend you get him on the show. He's
Okay.
a pretty good dude. Very.
You know
nice
him,
guy.
right?
I know him.
Okay. So what I need you to do is to let him know about me, and then I don't know if I have if you have my digits, but I'll text you my digits, and then you can have him.
I have you on Facebook. I can.
Yeah, yes, on Facebook, but it's definitely better to be able to text someone.
Yeah.
Because Facebook inbox can really be unreliable. Oftentimes the messages don't even go through. Once you get a phone number, it's easy. 100%. It's 100% as opposed to 2%. Big difference, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's great. And okay. You have anyone in mind for me by any chance?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, if you can think of someone, you already have my digits, and you can just.
Adam Morey, Real Mass Studios.
Yeah.
Well, Adam was already on the show.
I know. I'm just.
But he got me you guys, so I think he kind of did because it was the connection to him. All right, well, we're going to wrap the show up the way we began it. I know the future looks bright for both of you. You did a great job.
Thank you.
So you ready to, you wanna snap with me? If you wanna, that's fine. If not, that's fine too.
Okay.
You want to?
Yo,
Well,
go
I'm
for
gonna,
it.
I'm gonna do it. You can choose to follow my lead or not. That's up to you.
Okay.
You'll be able to see it because you're sitting right there. Okay, folks, we're gonna wrap it up tonight. See you next time. Have a good one. Signing off. Sayonara. Bye-bye.